What's up, people? All right, let's get the collaborators on here. Let me see here. And Jari. Boom. All right, hello, folks. Steph Love in the house. What's going on, man? Melkis, hello. Let's see. We're getting Akia. What's going on? Shay Shay. Waiting for Nate and JR to pop on. Should be on soon. It's the state of new construction updates. Let me add a little comment in here myself, just in case you guys aren't familiar with who we are and what we do. All right, I need to pin that comment. Boom, there we go. There's a little more info about what we do. We got a 5-day new construction buyer traction workshop coming up. We'll be talking a little bit about that. Let me see where my brethren are. Waiting on the pop on. So who here does this apply to Cali? What we're talking about applies anywhere where there's new construction. We got a process to help you with that. So we'll be talking about the general new construction market, and if they're building, this will work. All right, so we got Nate on. Nate, go ahead and yes, okay. Should be popping on in a second. There we go. And JR, haven't seen him. Hold on, let me see if he's here. Roland, hello. Miss Lady, Renee, aesthetically unique. Clarissa, hello. Let me see here. Looking for JR. I just got off the phone with JR. Lisa Jackson, the rock star, hello there. Let me check on. Let me see here. JR. You see JR on it?
No, I don't see him.
All right. So for y'all joining, check out the pin post. We do have a 5-day, it's free, 5-day new construction buyer traction workshop. We're going to show you how to generate new construction buyers both in state and out of state. As well as here, we're just going to talk a little bit about the market, what's going on. Let me see if I can. All right, let me see if I can hit up JR. All right, I'm back. All right, let me see if we see JR here. Brendan, what's going on, my man? All right, we're just waiting on one. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Nate, we want to just kind of walk through I'm gonna look for him. What you've been seeing in the new construction realm and opportunities coming up, relationships, all the stuff that we chop it up about. Anthony, hello.
Yeah, I see people jumping on. Yeah, well, the short version is people are assuming because of what they see on the news. There's very, very, very low inventory, and interest rates are ignorantly high. That there's nothing there, and what that has created is the perfect opportunity for you to go buy a new construction home. Because of developer incentives, because of customization, because of lack of competition, because there's so much, because of customization options, there's tons of reasons why, even in this current environment, buying a home, specifically buying a new home or a pre-construction home, is still going to be a good option. The interest rates will not be high forever. They will probably not go back to the lows that they were at before. But if you do not buy now, what is probably going to happen, what is the most likely scenario, is that in the next 6, 8, 12 months, when the Fed does lower interest rates just a little bit, which is what it'll be, just a little bit, and interest rates dip to around, say, 5% or so, a whole bunch more people are going to come into the market, and that's going to push the prices up. It's not going to push them down. So if you don't buy now, then when the prices go up because those interest rates come down, the prices are going to go even higher, and then you wish you bought now. Whereas if you buy now and interest rates go down, you can refinance, but you have your house. So the short version in that is you should be buying a house. So if you're in a position to buy a home, buying a home now is going to make sense because inventory is going to be low for a very, very long time, and pricing probably will not be coming down in most markets. You may see some of the Midwest markets, some of the secondary or tertiary markets, you might see some slowdowns, but in the luxury markets, especially the big three, New York, California, Florida, prices are not coming down in any meaningful way anytime soon.
Exactly, which gives that the opportunity for the savvy agent. JR seems to be having problems hopping on. The savvy agent to predictably attract new construction buyers. And one of the easiest things, there are so many agents that don't realize how easy it is to build. Oh, here we go. We got JR on here. Hold on. There we go. All right, JR's popping on now. It's building relationships with the on-site staff. They are your friends, not the traditional transaction. Go to the new construction, go to a new build, shake their hand, ask them for the presentation, tell them about the project. They want to work with you. All right, let me see. Go live. All right, JR should be coming on. So that's something. For some reason, there's a lot of myths out there. I'm trying to connect JR here, so that's why he's having some issues on his end. All right. But yeah, so Nate, tell me how easy it is. Let me see if I can get JR on here. It is to build those relationships with the on-site sales staff, and how important, most importantly, it is.
Well, the easy part is just got to be out. You got to go out. You know, a lot of people have high anxiety about walking in sales centers and asking for information. When upwards of 85%, in most cases, probably closer to 90% of all new construction sales come from the development community. And good on-site sales reps know that. So when you go to talk to these reps, you're telling them, hey, I want to learn more about the project so I can make sure I'm bringing you buyers. They have an incentive. They want to get a deal done just like you want to get a deal done. They work on site, but they still they got to get stuff closed. They have a sales director in most cases that's riding them about, hey, how many deals did you do today? How many agents did you talk to? So as an on-site salesperson, most of those people have two sets of customers. There he is. You know,
Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this set up right too. So
Got him on.
yeah, because I was trying to fix everything too. But I'm here. Let's go.
what's happening?
What's going
What's
on?
going on, man? All right,
So yeah,
so
but just, I'm saying building those relationships, making sure you're on site, talking to folks, building those relationships because they need us. They need us, and as they see us, you know, we're able to then follow those agents from one property to the next. So a lot of the relationships I've had for many years with on-site sales staff began 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago when they were at another project, and I've just stayed in touch with them through all the projects they've gone to since then.
Okay.
yeah, so are you straight, JR?
Yeah, I'm good. I just I was tired of holding my phone, so I had to put it down real quick.
Okay, hold on. Let me pin this post again. So, JR, some of the folks know who you are, some of them don't. So, kind of introduce yourself and let them know.
So I'm JR. I'm a 9-year real estate veteran. I'm passionate about new construction. I'm a mentor as well with the brokerage where I'm at. I always recommend any new agent that this is the path that they need to go to. And it's been crazy the last few months. Like I've seen this become the new thing that even people like Warren Buffett have invested millions of dollars into. So they always tell you follow the money, and that's what the money's doing. So I'm super excited for us to kind of share this wisdom tonight and give people an opportunity to understand, like, hey, this is where the market's going. Like, you need to pivot your business as a new agent and think about it bigger than just a single buyer, because hey, investors buy new construction too, and they buy more than one property every 5 to 7 years. So think broader and bigger.
Yeah, that's a play. Here's another thing too for your clients. If your clients are like, well, I don't know if I want to stay new construction, this is a simple play that many people don't know about. If you have clients that can wait a little bit of time and they buy new construction in phase one, maybe phase two, buy the model home, not the model home, the model of the model home. So say it's the alpha model. So the model home is the alpha model. Buy that, live in it for 2 years. Each certain number of homes, it's usually like 5 to 10 homes. After phase one, the price of the house goes up. So you have built-in equity. Flip it. After 2 years, you're working your job. You're doing what you're normally doing. You got instant equity. Sell the house, cash out, go buy another new construction. Like that's an investment. Make an extra 20 to 50 to $100,000 every 2 years just doing that. You got to be you got to be willing to uproot your family. But that's an easy new construction play that your clients can do, and most clients don't know that. Like, oh, well, I can do it, or they can stay there and they just have built-in equity. But that's one of the advantages of new construction when you're talking to your clients. And more importantly, nowadays, I don't know too many. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know too many sellers that are able to compete with what the builders are offering from incentives, closing costs, upgrades, any of that, and buy downs on interest rate. So it's kind of a no-brainer if you can wait or just get something, if you can wait long enough, or if there's a quick move in, it's kind of a no-brainer to do new construction, and it's the easiest transaction you as an agent will ever do.
Nate, you want to say something on that?
Oh no, you hit the nail on the
Man,
head. He got you.
listen, that's why I'm doing this. Like in December, I closed the deal in February. I built a relationship with the on-site lady, which I'm gonna be hopefully doing 3 more deals with her. So essentially, my client, they were offering her one interest rate. December comes, they're like, man, we need to close out this year strong. We're gonna give her this rate if she closes by February of next year. She was supposed to move out in like May. She ended up closing in February because she knew that, because she was renting an apartment at the time. Let me go back. She was renting an apartment at the time. She knew that for her to get out and do that, that's like, it was a better opportunity for her to like jump out and buy that new construction, get a better interest rate, and they were giving her like $20,000 in incentives, which no seller at that time was going to give her. So she got a lower interest rate, she got better like everything, and she got a new house.
New
And guess
house.
what? And she got a new house, and she already told me that her mother saw the house. She loves the house. Now her mother's about to buy, her brother's about to buy, and these are future buys that I have from that same one community. Because the developer, the on-site agent, she told me, guess what? I'm we're opening this up in this month. It's not even on the website yet, so it ain't even out yet. I'm gonna put you on the list before it comes, so you get the early price. Because when you do pre-construction, you get the best price before
Yep.
everybody gets it. So now, and she already told me, guess what? There's another place that's coming up in Pembroke Pines and hasn't hit the market yet. Let me know if you got anybody, because I want to get your people in first. So, 2 things. When you go to these on-site things, these people are your friends. You got to get their cell phone numbers, get on their email list, because they're going to send you the emails. Like, that's another thing that happened. Because I had a cell phone number, she told me, hey, this deal fell apart. Is your buyer still interested? That's how I got the deal. Because the lot that she wanted, it fell through. She told me, come back. It was like a perfect lot for my client. Easy deal. And I got a bonus on top of that. So I got my 3% full commission plus $3,000 bonus. Easy deal. I only showed them maybe 2 properties. So I'm not even out there driving around showing 10 places. I only show them new construction, and it's not that many. And it's easier to maintain the inventory because I know, all right, this is the place. And what I've learned from y'all is like these are the websites where you find out all the new construction. And then, of course, make your relationship part 2. And then from there, you grow and you scale your business.
Yep.
Speaking of scale, that's the key of what we're going to teach you next week. Is you got a client, you're selling new construction, but how do you find more of those clients consistently, both in state and out of state? That's what we'll show you how to do. We've got a proven process to attract new construction buyers. So it's not oh, I need a client. It's like, oh, which project is this client that I have that I've attracted going to go to? One of the biggest things I see, I'm a marketing dude. I've been marketing for 20 years. I look older than I am. I look younger than I am. I'm sorry. So I've been marketing for 20 years. I can go to any industry and attract clients from any industry. We chose to work in real estate because of Mr. Crawford here and a mutual friend of ours, and we built out a process that it's predictably get in front of people that are looking to buy new construction, pre-construction, luxury new construction, luxury pre-construction. So from a scale perspective, you have to have a way if you really want to double down, because this is what's going to happen. We're coming in, September? It's starting to slow down, right? What happens when it starts to slow down? The market starts to slow down, people take their foot off the gas. Now, it's already a lot of folks leaving the industry. It's getting a little harder because they only know how to do resales. Resales are getting harder. So like JR said, you got to pivot. So resales are getting harder or almost non-existent. Interest rates are high. It's just not attractive. And you don't know how to get in front of people that can afford those. Guess what? People need to move. If somebody's job says you got to move within 90 days or within the next year, so you got to go find a place down in Florida, out in Michigan, over Pennsylvania, wherever, you've got to go. So you have to pay the interest rates. You've got to do all these things. How do you get in front of those people? They're buying. Most agents don't know how to do that. This is what we're going to show you how to do next week. And this is what we've helped JR with. Nate's actively doing it. Nate just had a couple of leads come in. I know he's got a couple $1 million folks that came in a couple weeks ago, not ready to move till like another year or so. But to be able to predictably get in front of, to have conversations, to predictably have conversations, that's what we're going to show you on the link. The link is in the description of the Iconic Agent channel, but it's also, if you go to Luxury Buyer Challenge, which is pinned here. Next week, we're going to walk through all of that, have a Q&A, live coaching, and everything else. So scalability is super important, especially now. Whether you work with us or somebody else, you got to have a system that's going to bring people in that are quality, that you can service, so you can have more conversations. JR, you look like you want to say something.
Yeah, I do, man. We missed one key thing, man. We live in Florida. Insurance is high. Like, that's my big play. Like, I do not sell old houses anymore. The insurance is killing people, especially right now. It's hurricane season. Until the end of November, your insurance is going to be too high. Like, I've had so many deals that were falling apart. That's another reason why I'm focusing on that. And then the loan wasn't working out because the insurance was too high. So, it's a one-stop shop. They're the lender, they're the insurance company, they're the title company, they're everything. So it's 3 in 1. So you can't beat it. That's why I love new construction so much, because you don't have to deal with that. You got impact windows. You're getting all the impact doors, garages. You're getting all the discounts. So, and your house is more energy efficient. Your light bill is going to be lower because of all that. So all these things are all like values that you have. And if you buy right, you buy in the right location, I mean, you can't lose. So to me, we're making more money as an agent. The buyers are winning. Like, everybody's winning. And then when you resell your house, you're also winning, because now, like my brother, for example, I sold him new construction. I used one of the tips y'all taught. I saw a fence wrap, so I'm obsessed with seeing the fence wraps now. So I was driving by, like, I never found the community online. Like, I knew where it was at, so I found it. I took him there, and now his house is worth over like $300,000 more than he bought it for, because he bought it when the community first started. That's a case in point. So it just shows you, like, I sold, like, new construction before, but not at this level, because now it's more focused. I'm more like trained. My eye is like more trained to like see things, know how to have the right conversations with the people that work there. And now it's like, it's become an obsession. And I just think that everyone, especially if you're in any of these markets like Texas, Florida, Virginia, Georgia. These are some of the like New Jersey. Someone that I just told about what you guys did, right? For example, someone that I work with, one of my colleagues, I just told her what we did. She ended up having an open house, and that open house brought her like 12 leads, and 6 of the people applied. I think 3 got approved. So that's just from me telling her information, like free information. So now I told her she needs to get into this thing. I sent her before the start. I'm like, hey, jump on, because you really need to get the real juice. If you could do that with just the free, like just like a tip, imagine when you're actually getting all the tools that you guys are going to share next week during this live training for 7 days, 5 days. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's a thing too, because I know we talked about this earlier, Jared. One thing, my background is not real estate. My background is marketing. So I have a whole different look at things, and I see massive opportunities. Nate's background is real estate and marketing. But when I look at it in the marketing space, I go places people have no problem vomiting whatever they need, information, sharing. When you come to real estate, I've heard too many people talk about they talk to their top producers in the office and they keep things close to them. Or they'll tell you a little bit, or you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, or they're not going to help you succeed. The fact is, as my good buddy and a wise man once said, you can't sell all the real estate. It doesn't matter who you are. You are not that special. I'm sorry. If you thought you were, you're not. So that's how I think about it. So we're very transparent. Like, we drop nuggets. So if you guys got questions, drop them in here. I think we might have another one spot to bring somebody on and have a conversation. But we're very transparent. The reason I say that we're very transparent because one of my pet peeves is people that are like, they have the scarcity mentality, like, well, if I tell you, you're going to get a piece of the pie. That's not how it works. And once you actually get out there, you understand that's not how it works. We're open books. This is the period of time where we'll share what we got. Take advantage of it. Like VIPs, which start on Tuesday. So here's how the workshop works next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. to about 7:30, we give pure training. There's no Q&A, there's no nothing. Starting Tuesday, we have VIP at 8. That's where you can ask questions. There's bonus training. We drop a bunch of nuggets, resources, tools. We usually stay on for like 2 or 3 hours answering questions. Whatever you got, we're going to sit here and answer. Like I said, we're very transparent because we want to see y'all win. We want to help you. So replays are available for a week, but the goal is to get this information out there because there's too many agents. I've had arguments with agents that said, you can't sell a home for 6%. Nobody's paying 6%. Okay. Okay. Believe what you want to, but right over here, matter of fact, you both were on. We had a presentation with the hottest property in Miami that was doing what? 6%. But
Yeah.
you don't know what you don't know, and our job is to inform y'all, to help y'all out. Even if obviously everybody's not in Miami, can't sell everything in Miami, but there are builders, national builders across the country that'll pay 5%. They're all over the country. You just have to get out there and meet them. But we're very transparent. We want to help y'all win. We want to share what we have. So leverage us, challenge us. You won't win with you can't get 6% because we can show you, we give you the sales reps info to go talk to and sell something there, and they'll give you 6%. And they start at 700,000. I mean, that's a nice, lovely little bit of change. But the goal is to really help you guys out. There's no like secret society for selling new construction or luxury new construction. It's a system. It's a simple system. It's brain dead simple. It's just a matter of implementing what you have. And it's not to the point yet where it's going to be a lot of desperate agents, but there will be if they don't find a way to predictably scale the business and have more conversations and pivot. Like the old way doesn't work, and it's not going to work as it used to. So, especially if you're a new agent, that's a whole other story.
Now, Nate, I want you to answer this, man. Great stuff, by the way, Damon. I can't help but say this because this is right up your alley. And this is part of the things that I learned just from the free training that y'all did in the challenge when I took it. Olivia said, I've had sales agents at new constructions tell me it's frowned upon for us to be meeting clients at the new construction sites. Can you go into that? But also go into that meeting the bad sales agents as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, there are a lot of things wrapped up in that. So first, relationships are the foundation of everything we're doing here. Relationships with on-site sales staff, relationships with developers, relationships with your clients. You should not be meeting a client, a potential client, a lead for the first time at a sales center. That's you are setting yourself up for failure. People do that, but you should not be doing that. You should have already met the on-site sales staff and your potential client before this. Because what you're doing is just, if you walk into a sales center, what I would call a hostile sales center or a bad on-site sales agent, and they don't know, so you're not able to work with them because you don't have any chemistry, you've never talked to them before, and that's combined with this person you just met who you don't know anything about, how are you going to sell them? They're going to see that it's awkward between you and the sales agent. The sales agent is going to see that it's awkward between you and them, and it's going to make it really hard for you to get something done. The ideal scenario here is when you meet clients, when you get those leads in through your system, that you're talking to them, you're building a rapport with them. We have strategies that we go into next week that actually walk you through, hey, this is what you should do before you take them to the sales center. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna go sit down at Starbucks, which is, some people do that, but there are specific steps that you can get into to make sure that the person you're working with clearly understands that it's your job to get them the best deal. They're your client. You're looking out for them, trying to make them find that home they're looking for. You don't work for the developer. And if the person that you're representing doesn't understand that, you're setting yourself up for failure, because then they'll just go back to the developer without you and buy something. Or they'll go to the developer with somebody else. Like there's a whole lot that's wrapped up in that. When y'all show up next week, you'll hear me say, hey, JR has seen it in action with me and Damon many, many times. Relationships have helped me sell millions of dollars in condos here in South Florida, both when I'm present and when I'm not. Because relationships with on-site sales staff are what protect you when those people show up and try to go around you, or they protect you when other shady agents get involved. Relationships are what helps you, as JR said earlier, that's what gets you the text message that says, hey, this deal just fell out. Do you have somebody for it? Before they send an email out to their list of agents. These are the things that are foundational to your business. So you're building relationships. You don't want, it makes you look bad. It can reflect badly on the sales team there, because if they think you work for them, then you look unprepared. That makes them look unprepared. So you don't want to meet the person there for the first time. You want to be able to have met them before and then take them there.
Yeah, and one thing I believe, this is how I'm interpreting this, and Olivia, let me know if this is what you're saying. And we had somebody down in Pembroke, Tracy down in Pembroke, Nate, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She accidentally did this and pretty much got cussed out and had a whole email string go around where what you can't do is go to a sales center. It seems easy, and it is, but you can't do it. You can't go to a sales center and park outside and wait for people to walk up and be like, hey, do you have an agent? Or spark up a conversation and then go in there and be like, yeah, I'm representing them. People think that's easy. That's how I'm interpreting that.
No,
that's frowned upon for you to do.
No. Yeah, I see what she's saying. What she's saying is, so she's saying when I go do videos, people talk to me. Now, here's
Okay.
I call it an opportunity, but this is because this happens to me. I'm sure it happens to JR too. It happens to anybody who walks around a sales center where you're doing videos. There is nothing wrong with answering someone's questions when they see that you're a real estate professional. What's frowned upon in that context is them feeling like you're taking clients from them. So if we're at Artistry in Palm Beach and they're walking around asking you about Artistry, oh, hey, how do you feel about this one? Can you tell me about the area? And you're just answering random questions while you're shooting videos. That's one thing. Hey, you got a car? Yeah, sure, I got a car. But if you're actively telling them, yeah, this is cool, but there's another subdivision down the street called Avenir that I can show you that one too. That's what generally what's happening when they say it's frowned. It's frowned on because what you can't do is essentially come there and start picking clients. You don't want
Exactly.
to come and start being a vulture. Adding value to just talk to people, think of it as the same way you would behave if you were at an open house and it was another agent's open house. Like, we all know you don't go into somebody else's open house passing out business cards. But if you're leaving the open house and someone stops you in the parking lot and asks you, hey, can you tell me about this neighborhood or something like that? As an agent, you're not going to redirect them. Hey, no, you got to go back in there and talk to that agent about this because I'm standing next to my car. Those are two very different scenarios. It may seem like the same thing, but those are two very different scenarios. If you're standing in a new construction community and someone's asking you questions, it's one thing to just give them value and answer their questions. It's another thing to try to redirect. And that's what a lot of times what those on-site agents are speaking to, because you can't represent them. They're already there. So you didn't bring them to that place or anything like that. But people meet folks all the time. And whether you give them a card or not, once they know your name, they can Google you and find you if they want you to. I've had clients do that to me. So it's more a question of what's your relationship like? Because, and this sort of goes back to sort of where we started this, is you had a great on-site relationship, then the on-site people know you. So they're not worried about you taking clients from them because they know if your interest is to make sure people get the homes that they're looking for and this particular community works for that person, then you're going to let them buy there even if you're not getting the deal because they're there. Now, if it doesn't fit, then they may go somewhere else and you may be able to help them go somewhere else, but you're not going to vulture, you're not going to cherry pick them away from them there and take them somewhere else just to try to make some money. So that's sort of the sense there. You don't want the on-site sales staff to feel like you're showing up, picking people up and taking them somewhere else. You want to make sure that you're adding value wherever you can, because if you help that person and you confirm that whatever that community is that you're in, that they're asking you questions about, if you confirm that that place is right for them, then they're going to buy. They'll probably still ask you for a business card, but they're going to buy there and you won't get paid on that one, but they'll probably refer you somebody else because they'll say, man, she helped me out and she didn't have to. She didn't even get paid on that. So I'm going to send you some of that law of reciprocity. When you give somebody something of value, they feel compelled that they want to return that favor. So just adding value and knowing your stuff and just being out, there's a couple other tips that we talk about in the challenge next week. If you're out shooting videos, there's other places that you can go that you will definitely meet, decision makers, buyers, sellers. If you just go out and let it be known that you're an agent. So there are different social circles you can move in where you can find deals. JR do it all the time. He's a celebrity. You just look at his Instagram. You see he be out in these streets, getting his money. So, but that's the thing. It's a big piece of what we do is being social and being in those places.
Yeah. Man, that's great stuff, Nate. I ain't gonna lie. You were saying something that it brought me to another point with the relationships, right? So this last deal that I closed in July, my client went without me. Cardinal sin. I didn't even know. They're so loyal though, they called me. So I instantly, called the place and found out it was a community up in Arden. I'm gonna just leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it vague. So they went to Arden because I know that Arden is a master plan community. I know they have several different builders and developers in there. So I met the sales rep. I looked at the pricing. I ran the numbers. It didn't work for my client. But because I knew that it's a master plan community, I went to the competitor across the street, and their deal was amazing. My client got a 4.5% interest rate where the market's 7 and change. They got $90,000 in incentives. $90,000. Their lease ends in October.
Hey,
yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah. So because I know the product and I know how the process works, I was able to close that deal. And I missed out. I'm sick because they signed a contract too late. I was supposed to get $5,000 bonus on that deal too.
Wow.
Yeah.
But relationships, man, relationships are the foundation of the business that we work in. All the other stuff goes on top of that. Relationships is what we do.
And that was organic. I didn't even, that person called me. They said, hey, we drove by and we went and saw this community. Like, because I know the process, I just got an easy lay down sale. All I had to do was drive to the community. That was the hardest part, going up there to Loxahatchee. but it was worth it. And the sweetest part of the story, I didn't burn the bridge with the other sales rep because I know she's gonna be working in another community. So what I
Yep.
did was I set up a lunch and learn, which these sales reps love. They have to do a certain amount of these things, for their
Yep.
respective developers.
Yep.
I brought her like 12 people. She was super happy. So now when she moves to her next community, she knows that, hey, JR knows a lot of agents. He's going to look out for me. Even though we didn't do a deal, I didn't want to burn the bridge.
Yep.
So I made sure to maintain the relationship with her. And I brought her value back because I just know that law of reciprocity is important. And I don't know where she's going to be working. I don't know the new projects. But guess what? She told me about a new project that's coming up in Palm Beach Gardens I didn't know about. Okay, here comes Jari.
Hello, fellas.
Hello, just in time, Joy. Tell them about the. I was about to throw the stat out here, but the stat that you just got from the DR Horton rep down in Fort Myers about how they need agents and how many agents actually sell their homes. They don't sell them by themselves.
Yeah, so we were actually in a lunch and learn today with them because they're branching out and doing different things and trying to encapsulate the market and get more buyers, which everybody is trying to do that right now. One of the things that was shared with me was they know their stats. You know, we may guess at it, we may stab at it, but today I got to speak with the regional sales manager, and he told me 87% of the sales that they have are done by real estate agents. So, you know, there's a lot of, that's a huge number because last year alone, just, you know, DR Horton sold 89,000 homes. So that's
A lot of homes.
That's a lot of homes. So there's a lot of opportunity working with them, and they have the tier structure too. So you're 3%, 3 in the bonus, 3 in the bigger bonus, 3 in the bigger bonus, 4, and then ready now, ready to close this month is 5%. So we should all be pushing new construction
Absolutely.
because it benefits buyers right now. Because
And they don't. Let me throw this in real quick because he said 5%. We talked about 6%. We're not talking about 6% and you split half of that with the builder. The builder has their own. That's you get all of that 6%. Your broker gets all of that 5 or 6%. That's all yours. So basically, it's like selling 2 homes for the price of 1. There's no
Correct.
split there with, oh, I got to give half to the on-site rep. That's not how it works. So if you're not familiar with new construction, that's something I would be very clear of. Because you might be thinking, oh, 6%, that's a normal transaction. You know, buyer gets 3, seller gets 3. Nope. When we talk about these percentages, that's 100% to your brokerage.
Yeah, and one of the good things too is just having that conversation, and they're building off-site outside of communities. If those particular lots that they're building on has any assessments, DR Horton pays those assessments ahead of time. If the assessments are coming and it's in discovery, they pay that assessment ahead of time. So your client is probably left with a bill of maybe $3,000 to $5,000 left on that assessment, which they can close out at closing, which is huge for a lot of people because new construction right now is the better buy. I mean, you know, look at all the options and upgrades that are getting with homes and, you know, 15, 20, 30 grand for closing costs and all of those different things right now that, you know, they're not getting in the resale market. I mean, you know, nobody's giving a penny on the resale side. But with builders, you're getting upgraded options, you're getting upgraded everything. Plus, they're giving you money and buying down your rate for the life of your loan. I mean, you know, that's the smartest play right now. No matter what area you're in, you should definitely be connecting with new construction lenders. And just like JR, you know, you say you drove to Lockahactie, I drove to Melbourne. You know, and while I was in Melbourne selling one, I wound up getting 4 more clients and got 4 more deals up there. So, you know, we can whistle while we work, but you know, I was whistling all the way home.
Yes, sir.
You know, hey, Jari, one of my mentors said it best. He says the drive's long, but the money's longer.
There you go.
Yeah. Listen,
It's money out here, man. It's money out here. Anybody tells you nobody's buying real estate, especially in Florida, doesn't know what they're talking about.
Listen, I
Yeah.
interviewed an agent the other day, and they said, "Hey, I don't go up to that county and do no work." And I go, "Really? You want to drive an hour for a $15,000 check? Give me that lead. I'll take it. I'll go there right now. Call them and tell them to meet me there in 25 minutes."
Yeah,
But,
and
I mean,
here's the other thing too. With what we're going to show you guys, there are some people that don't want to do that. They're like, I know Nate had somebody that he's in the Fort Lauderdale area. They were in Fort Lauderdale, and the lead was down in what was it, Miami? They were like, she's like, I'm not driving down there. I'll refer it to you. Okay, but you can pick and choose the area and price points you want if you know how to do it. That's the strategy. Like everybody you see here on the hosting, me, JR, Nate, Jari, all pick specific areas and price points to focus on. Now, as a default, it may end up buying somewhere else, but at least it doesn't keep you ripping up and down the road all hours of the week and all hours of the night, or all days of the week and all hours of the night. You can pick a area. I use this analogy, which is kind of funny, but if you wanted to walk out of your front door in your fuzzy slippers and your house coat and walk a block to a showing in your own subdivision, you can do that. If you like driving 2 hours down the road for $15,000 commission, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's based on what you want. That's how the structure that we have is set up. All right, I think we had somebody else want to hop on here. Oh, we only have 3 people on at once, so Jari took the last spot. So Jari, give a little more insight into what you because you just came back from a broker's, well, not really, it's kind of broker's open / lunch and learn.
Yeah.
Give a little insight into the relationship part, like what you were able to walk away from that with, and the fact you weren't going to go for a second.
You know me, I'm coming for everything they said I couldn't have. So I walked away with everything. And the reason I say that is we go to these meetings, we listen to their information, but being in this program with this group of people right here, this subset right here, you'll learn things that most people won't even think about. So my intention was not only get their information, but my intention was to get in front of them and build that relationship. So when I did that, after everyone left, they're like, well, oh, Jari, we have this, we have that. We have a partnership that we probably want to develop with you where you list our properties, just put them in the MLS. I was like, okay, I'll do that for 1.5%. And then you let me market it and sell it, and I'll make the other 4.
There you go.
I mean, you know, you have to, this group, this program has us thinking outside of the box. I mean, and I was one of probably 35 agents, but everybody said, thank you, da, 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 da. And I said, thank you, but I have a question.
The last man standing.
I have a question. And my question is, how can me and you work together to benefit the whole and help a brother move to the next level? And the answer was given. What do we have to do? Because what did I do? I showed them proof of their competitor and showed them my spreadsheet of over 700 leads for that one community. And it's like, they say, come on in, my good and faithful servant. How can we help you? And I'm like, now we can sit down and talk, you know? And this is what this group and this new construction marketing has done, is that it gives you different leverage, a different type of leverage. Because, you know, in the conversation, Damon and Nate and I talk about it all the time. I say, hey, man, listen, I cover all of Southwest Florida. I may be in Miami, and I have a client that wants to come in and see a property. Can I book an appointment and not be there? Of course you can. No. You're going to register me with this lead, though. Of course we will. Because of what? 87% of real estate agents sell all of our houses.
That relationship, man.
Yeah. So
Relationships.
And, you know, I work with, and Damon and I, and Nate, I've called Nate on several. I work in several different communities. And, you know, thank God Damon was with me on one. By the time we got done with them, they was eating out of hands ready to give us a full bowl, you know? But I mean, just from being in those conversations and being in this environment, doing the work, asking the right questions has totally changed the real estate scope. Because, you know, right now, I don't know about everybody else, but in Southwest Florida, things are changing rapidly. So this year, it's been changing like every couple months. Things is just like hitting. So now it's the insurance increase.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know, hey, your property value has tripled. Now we need to reassess your property. So now your taxes are going up. You know what I mean? And then hey, me too, bro. And I'm fighting tooth and nail. They ain't gonna win. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But
I'm about to sell, so I ain't gonna worry about it.
yeah, I don't blame you. But they not gonna get me. I'm gonna get them. I learned that from Nate. So one of the things you got to understand is so many things behind the scenes that we're not paying attention to that are happening that is going to affect the future of real estate. So being educated, being in the forefront, asking the dumbest question in the world just to get a response, just to make a connection. I do that every day with everybody. I do it with Damon. I do it with Nate. You know, but you discover, you know, being in that environment that you get to meet people of influence that can educate you on things.
Mm-hmm.
And once you know what they know, now you can sit down at the table and say, hey, let's talk. Here's how I want to be able to conduct my business and work with you in efforts to increase my business here in Southwest Florida or Fort Lauderdale, Florida, or Orlando, Florida. Hey, JR, I got a referral for you too.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Let's work.
Ain't no appreciate
Listen.
it. Ain't no appreciate it. It's a referral free, bro. Referral free.
Hey, but we on the same team, so it's good. We listen. Let's
It's the
know.
A team.
It's on
Right.
business. We know how
Yeah.
to
And
document it.
here's
Yeah.
something else that's cool. You know, we talk about relationships, but you know, the reason we all know each other is because of coming through, you know, what Nate and I started. JR popped on, actually, Jari popped on. I had to stalk Jari, and he finally got his act together, sort of. And now JR, and then JR and Jari met because we had a live event here in Clearwater. JR, you actually, because we put it on, this was the second one we did. It was an AI event, which was, I thought it was great because I didn't have to run around like a chick with my head cut off. But tell them a little bit about how that event was, and then just the connections and the caliber of agents in the room.
I mean, look, listen. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys know who Inman Connect. Like, Inman is like one of the like most respected real estate media companies. They have events. These guys have spoken at Inman, so just being the speakers at Inman is big. Like, they go to the conferences, and you know that's one. Two, the crew of people they have agents in this group, this mastermind group that are like, you know, they've been on in movies. You know, they have celebrities. You know, I mean, they're being humble, but I'm gonna be transparent. I'm just keep it a buck. I'm in it. I'm in the circle, so I can tell it like it is. So it's like if you want to sell a certain type of real estate, which is what I want to do, like you got to be around the people that do it, and they do it. So straight up, you know, the people that I met there, Jasha, just for one, Jari and Rob. I mean, these are people that are top producers. So they really getting it done. You know, they're doing numbers. You heard the man. You know, he told you he had 700 leads. I'm sure he's closing over 3% of those. So, you know, you're around top producers, and if you want to get better, you can't be around just mediocre people. You're just gonna keep getting the same results. So I said I want to go all in on this new construction. I found that group. I got in on the challenge, and that's been it. So just the conversations that I had, like just the midway, I'm thinking now. One of the new agents that I mentored, she ended up going to the event, so I had to go. I'm like, I can't have a new mentee going, and I ain't going. So I sacrificed and made my way up there. But it was great, just the conversations, the insight that they gave me, and just the confidence that I felt. Like these people were down to earth. They weren't like trying to hide. They're trying to give, you know, they were giving the juice and the transparency. Everyone in the same. I mean, it's crazy because everyone's just like Nate and Damon. They're all transparent. And that's one of the things. Like they're not gonna tell you stuff that doesn't work. They're gonna tell you the real deal, and they really sell these like Bentley these type of places that y'all really want to sell, they do that. Like they really does that. And I seen the checks. Nate showed me a couple of the commissions. So I ain't gonna say no numbers, but I seen the paper. It's real, y'all. So just know, like, it's not just talking, because a lot of people talk. I've been looking for this. Just me being transparent. Like I've been looking for something like this for years. I'm like, I knew it. I saw the commissions because I went to one new construction event. I get all the emails from everybody. Like all the new developments are, I know them all. I'm like, man, how can I sell this? 10% commissions, 5%, 6%. I always wanted to know how to do it because I want to do luxury. And I said, hey, this is the easiest way to get the luxury is to sell luxury new construction. So there you go. And that's all she wrote.
Yeah, as a side note of one thing, that this is very conservative, and I say very, very conservative, but if you guys have never heard of us, don't know who we are, we'll kind of walk through this next week. You'll have an absolute understanding of, are these guys blowing smoke up our asses or are they the real deal? You guys can judge that, but we've helped agents, that doesn't include actually Jari, me, or Nate, but we've helped agents over the last 3 years sell well over $200 million in new construction and luxury new construction. So I say very conservative because we have 3 clients that are at over 100 million themselves. We have hundreds of clients. So just a very conservative number. That's credibility wise, that's what we do. Like this is not theory, what we'll talk about. This is actual real deal. This is who we are. Like you see us out and about. And JR, I'm mad you didn't talk about the happy hour either because that was dope.
Oh,
But,
listen, and they got good taste. These you look at Nate's shirt, you see the exquisite taste. You know what I'm saying? These fellas they got exquisite taste. Like, they drive like I like to drive. They got nice whips. I'm just saying, they got the lifestyle. They got that down pat. They know the people and they eat good. They make sure that we eat good too. So it was a great they picked a great location overseeing the water. I mean, they picked a beautiful hotel for the experience. I mean, everything was top notch. So I mean, you're getting white gloves, first class, that luxury lifestyle. Like they literally do what they teach.
Yeah, yeah. And luxurybuyerchallenge.com. If you guys are trying to figure out where to sign up for for event next week, luxurybuyerchallenge.com. That'll sign you up, and you can also then be a part of the Facebook group as well.
It's
and
free, y'all.
it's pinned in the comments too. It's that pinned comment there from the iconic agent. Jari, what was your take of the last workshop that we did?
Man, I wish I'd never went. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm telling you, the information that I got from that sent me down a rabbit hole, and I'm still trying to dig my way out. I'm serious, man. I mean,
I know you are, because you're all over the place.
I call you every day, and I'm like, Damon, what did you do? Because now, with the AI challenge, I'm AI in everything. I got like 4 different AI platforms. I'm changing my name. I'm the AI Realtor.
That's a good one.
I do listing descriptions. I do blogs, videos, scripts, everything now. In minutes. When it used to take me time, let me think about what I'm going to talk about. And then I said, no, I ain't going to do that video because I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Now I just say, write me a script. Write me a 30-second script. And I'm categorizing and loading everything into what I call my AI data drive, to where, as I'm planning out my content, I'm stacking that stuff. So if I take a day or weekend, I know that just from the added information that we got from the other participants, that if I do a 4-minute video, I'm creating 20 reels. That's my content for the month, and I got a social media girl that's creating everything for me. I'm gonna share that file with you, Damon and Nate, because I really need some help, because I did something really bad, but I need some help. So misery loves company, man. But no, I mean, the event was awesome, man. The event was awesome. I mean, it was the information that needed. I mean, if people are not in that AI space, you're gonna lose, because you're gonna be going up against people like me, and I don't like to lose at all. I'm a bad loser. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, just the information itself kind of like enhanced not only the business perspective, but the mindset of what I can accomplish by doing the things that I need to do, but also using it to collect data on things that I want to do. It is so much faster and easier, and I really liked it. I'm waiting for the 2.0, 3.0, whatever. Just let me know where I got to be. I'm there. I mean, I love, if you're not learning, you're not earning. So, you know, when I can get a listing and have a listing description in like 15 seconds, edit that, I'm rolling. I'm gone. I'm off to my next one. You know what I mean? I get it approved by my sellers. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I like that. I said, but some of these things we got to change, you know? But I mean, it's just, it's creating what I tell people you need in your real estate business is creating leverage.
Yeah.
And if
Absolutely.
if you don't have leverage, you're going to fall by the wayside because you can't waste time. Time is very, very important in what we do. And if you can find something that kind of helps you gain back time to dedicate that time somewhere else, that's dollar producing. I mean, no, man, that event was off the chain. I loved it. The next one, just give me 60-day notice because you know I'll be moving my feet. I have to slow down. So,
Yes.
and playing.
Yeah.
But no,
That you do.
I absolutely loved it, man. I got some ideas for the next one. You know, the rooftop bar after party, that was popping. That was lit. We had a good time. I didn't shut it down like some other people did.
And here's the other thing too. Y'all ain't have to pay for it.
Oh yeah, we forgot to say that part.
I was getting ready to get to that point, man. I was gonna get ready to get to that point. But I tell you what, if this new relationship work out, I'll sponsor the next.
Hey,
It will.
Because
take
I
a
know it's gonna
sponsor.
work out.
Man, it was one thing I want to add real quick before I forget. Man, Nate did an event at Coulter. Listen, Nate changed the game because that one presentation gave me something that is about to revolutionize real estate. I work a certain niche. Nate does too. Damon does as well, and Jari. We had a little bit of conversation, but that thing right there, if you get a chance, just go to a Coulter new construction community when you get a chance. Koulter. Trust me, they changed the game, like how you approach selling new construction, not just for there, but everywhere that you sell new construction, because they came up with a workflow or it's like a questionnaire, and that workflow is sick. I've never seen anything like it, especially when you're selling high ticket luxury real estate. That right there alone was worth, like, I would have never known that if I wasn't part of this, because I would have never gone in artistry, because I know how to get the artistry through the luxury buyer challenge. I found that out, and that event was amazing. So I'm telling you guys, you know, there's so many gems, and like we're literally attracting things. Like today, I sent an article to Damon and Nate. It was talking about how there was a 17-month high for new construction. Um, like July this month is like a 17-month high. So that means, you know, where people are saying the market's going to crash and the interest rates are too high, the builders and the developers, they figured out they're the bank. They're the bank. It's like Vegas. The house is fixed. So they fixed the game in their favor, and now they have big time investors investing in them. So you as agents, like, it's time to pivot, and it's not as hard as you think to like do this. You just need to know a few things, and you know, this is the time of year, like, you got to start doing your SWOT analysis in your business. I'm already on 2024 right now. Like, this is 2024. So you guys got to start like looking at what do I need to do different? Like, don't wait until like the holidays come. It's too late already. So, you know, you need to start planning your new year from now, and add this to your like new niche of business, because this niche is gonna make you the richest for real. Because if you're already doing luxury is going to be higher commission anyway. So you're already at a higher price point, higher commissions. It's a no-brainer. So, and this is 80, basically 88% of their deals come from us, 87%. So why not? And you have someone that actually teaches it and they can do it. And this is a free challenge. Y'all need to be there. Period.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Hey, I just want to touch on something too. JR hasn't gotten to this point yet, Nate, so we're gonna have to educate him. But we're working with Damon in the program for the last 2 years in one community and selling in that community. Now I know people in that community. That is a community I directly farm as of today.
Yep.
But because people see me showing houses, they see me walking down the street, they see me with the video crew, they see me in the sales center, and now they're gonna see me in a brand new, glistening clubhouse pool because my clients are letting me in and giving me free passes to enjoy the space. So why not network it? Now I'm going to control that community.
There you go.
And that's a different niche because as far as we talk about, farming in itself, because literally that's what we're doing. We're farming people for new communities. Now we farm their new communities for listings, more deals. So once we have
phase 2.
That's phase 2. Oh, they ain't ready for that yet. They're not ready for that.
No, I'm just saying that's phase 2 because you're on phase 2. You've got thousands of leads from one community. Now that the whole farming aspect, so it's not just the do this and go away.
Mm-hmm.
It builds.
Yep.
So Jari's on the next level, and we're working on some things with him. But yes, absolutely right. You got to get to phase 2, and unfortunately, there's some agents that don't have enough patience or fortitude to keep going. But when you do, that's when it gets good.
Well, and here's my point. The reason I moved to phase 2, because it made sense. I know more about the community than the salespeople do. You know what I mean? I know when things are built, the model, the series, the square footage, the price in 2020. Oh, you made a lot of money. So when we have that conversation, oh man, you're sitting on a ton of equity. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to invest it? You're going to buy second property? What are you going to cash out? Who knows? But I know that community. Just from being in this program, it has kind of, taken me to a different level because when and this is funny because me and Damon had a conversation. When I speak about that community, you ask me about the community, this may be a 30-minute call. I'm going to sell you a house in that community because I know all the details. I know all the floor plans. I know all of it.
Yep.
And that's why I moved to phase 2 because now I can say, hey, listen, you got that Somerville model number 2 because you got the extra bath and the lanai extended with the pool. So right now, that price point is this. So you've made, and they're surprised when I say you've made $300,000 in equity. And they say, well, how do you know that? I know what you bought this house for because I know which phase that house was built in and what the prices were then. Mm-hmm. Right? So, I mean, it's not a guess. It's not a wish. I mean, this takes some hustling. It takes some digging. But trust me, it's worth it. It will open doors, and JR is proof of this. It will open doors you never saw before.
Yep.
And that's what it's doing for people, man. And I almost forgot about the call because I was trying to calm down and decompress. And I said, man, Damon, Nate gonna kill me if I don't get on this call. So no, man, but no. From the bottom of my heart, man, you guys are my brothers, man. I love y'all, and thank you, for helping so many people look at things differently. And JR, one of the things that you said, you start planning for next year, and that's great because you need to front load the first quarter as much as possible. But people also need to look at this in a different perspective, because you need to change your mindset about how real estate really works. Because once you build these relationships, it just comes to you. It just comes to you. You know, and I was at D.R. Horton today, and when I showed him my list, I go, "Oh, this is your competitor." He goes, "What?" "Oh, no, come on, let's talk." Okay. And that's the regional sales manager. And I showed him, I zoomed in, I showed him names, emails, phone numbers. I said, "This is real data. And we don't even use this system no more. We've upgraded since then, you know. We're moving up in the penthouse closer to Nate."
Hey, Jari, real quick, I wanted to say something. We
Yes, sir.
forgot to mention one big thing. I'm glad you brought up listings. Man, that's low-hanging fruit. Because a lot
All
of
day.
people that got to buy new construction got to sell something.
Yep.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot
that's
of them have
side
to
effect.
sell something. And that's
That's a side effect.
that, and a lot of these builders got smart. Like I noticed, I read when I read the stuff in there. Like I noticed some of them are partner with like Open Door. I don't know if y'all have seen that. You see how they've gotten slick. So they try to partner with these companies that are help themselves. But it's crazy. Like when you start digging and you find these things, and just it's kind of like when you see that car, you bought it, then you can't help but see it now. That's how I see like new construction.
I know, man. I'm seeing G-Wagons everywhere now.
Yeah.
But I do live in Naples, so ain't no telling what you're gonna see in a day. I saw 3 Bugattis, and I thought I saw Damon, but that wasn't him. It was his car, but that wasn't him.
Whatever.
But no, you're right. You're right. And one of the things you got to understand is this all phase 1, what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Because when you have that conversation, you're like, "Hey, what's bringing you to the area? Why are you looking to purchase here?" "Oh, we're thinking about selling a house in Massachusetts." "Oh, great. I have a really good friend in Massachusetts." "I don't know anybody in Massachusetts, but I'm going to find an agent in Massachusetts that's going to give me a referral for that." I mean,
And now we get a lot of locals too. We got a lot of people that are switching coasts.
Yeah.
Going from Fort Lauderdale to Naples, and from Naples to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. And if you have any, Nate, right now, I got a $15 million house about to hit the market. Let me know who you got.
Yes,
anyway, beautiful, bro. Beautiful. It's got the Augusta back green in the backyard.
Oh, there you go.
So,
that's what's up.
But the funny thing about it too, I know Nate and Damon, they have, JR, I don't know if you have. A lot of times when I'm getting leads, guess who they are?
Who that?
They're other realtors.
Yeah.
No, we got a strategy for that too.
Yep.
Yeah, I said, come on,
We got a strategy for that too.
I said, come on, let me show you the way. Come on over. Let me show you the way. But no, it's amazing, the system, the way it's built, the way it functions, the way it works. And but also too, on the other side of that, you have to work the system. So you got to do what you're supposed to do to connect with these leads, to have conversations, to lead
Follow
to,
up.
yeah, you follow up to follow up like crazy until somebody tells you stop stalking me. I hate to say it that way, but
die, unsubscribe. That's it.
I've been getting a lot of unsubscribed lately, bro.
That,
But that's okay.
that's good.
That's okay. You know, I'm expecting those. How else am I gonna get to my yes if I don't get through my no's?
You're right.
You know? So
Go for the no.
Yeah, go for the no's. I try to do 100 no's a day.
That's the lick right there. That's I read that book. I think I mentioned that to some folks in passing, but the book Go for No. If y'all ain't read it, read that. It's just what Jari said. People get upset about, oh, I didn't get any yeses. Well, how about if you go for a bunch of no's? Guess what happens within those no's? There's organically going to be yeses. So now your goal is the no, but you're getting what you want, and it's a mind shift. It's all mental.
I have a no tracker. I'll share it with you, Damien. You can share it with the group. It's just a daily tracker that I keep in a binder.
Okay.
To where I track every day of lead generation. And I'm hitting 20, 22, and I'm getting a yes.
There
I
you
may
go.
get a yes in the 50s. I may get a yes in the 70s. May not hit nothing until the next sheet, the next day.
Yeah. But if you
But the
average it out,
yeses are in there, but you got to do the work to get to the yes. You know what I mean? So, you know, with the way the system is set up, it's so easy because you have provided them so much upfront information. They're expecting to talk to you. They're expecting to hear from you. I'm like, oh yeah, I've been waiting for you to call. I'm like, okay.
and the main reason, to piggyback on it, the main reason what we're going to show you works is because people are looking for you. They're looking for new construction. They're actively, intentionally looking for new construction, and they find Nate, they find Jari, they find JR, they find you. So it doesn't get much easier than that. I'm looking for the Ritz-Carlton in Naples. I see Jari has the information I want, so let me give Jari the information, and I'm gonna give him my information. He's gonna give me information. Now we're gonna connect, or we're not. We're gonna go our separate ways. But either way, they're looking for it, and they find you guys. Marketing 101. Marketing 101 is find a hungry audience of people that are looking for something, or want something, or have a pain, and get in front of them. That's exactly what we're showing you how to do. It's not rocket science, but it is methodical and strategic.
Yeah. Now, I want to see if anybody has any questions because we've been talking at y'all, but we want to see what y'all got to say, before we jump off.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we touched on a lot of them, man. So I think we hit all the highlights. Y'all want a whole lot more stuff, you got to show up next week. LuxuryBuyerChallenge.com.
That's it. That's it.
It's in the post here, the pin post. I'm sure y'all brains are hurting right now, which is the goal. So if your brain is hurting right now, just put in my brain hurts in the chat. I need to see some brain hurts. We dropped a lot here. Some of y'all might have not have been ready, but this will, like I said, we'll prep you for next week. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. No questions. All right, so this is just a precursor. Come through next week. We're going to make sure we take care of you and give you the specifics. It's free. Brain hurts. Yep. Okay. It's free. 7:00 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. VIP is at 8:00. VIP is what you see here, but we're going to talk specifically about each day's topic in new construction. So we're going to answer the questions about what we're teaching you during the day, answer anything you need, give you some extra goodness. We got some nuggets and things we drop on y'all. Another side note, if you're in the Florida area, we did a virtual tour, but in September, we're going to be doing a St. Pete site visit. 2 of the top spots in St. Pete. One of them pays within 45 to 90 days. Luxury condos, and then we're going to do the hottest property in Miami sometime in person. If you guys saw the virtual one we did, we're going to go in person. We don't have room for more than like 25 agents. We'll give you more details about that, but if you register for the challenge, then we'll make sure we take care of you guys and let you know what's going on, or in the Facebook group. After you register, you have the ability to get in the Facebook group.
Hey, is that Miami property? Is that downtown Miami?
Yes,
That's
sir.
the one you sat on. Yep, it's the one you sat on.
Okay.
I sent you the info.
All right, cool, because I got a nice little Cuban spot around the corner. I'll go get me some cafe con leche.
Oh, that's my jam right there.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to show us that nice little Cuban spot. I know your daughter goes to school out there.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
I'm a foodie.
Listen, I got the best Cuban spot for y'all in Coral
All right,
Gables.
I just need some vaca frita and I'm good. That's it.
Listen, they got the best. We out. We out.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
There you go.
All right, y'all. So go ahead, click the pin post. We're gonna hop off here.
LuxuryBuyerChallenge.com.
Yep, LuxuryBuyerChallenge.com. Sign up. Tell your broker. Tell your team. Tell your friends. Show up. It is free. If you thought this was valuable, one thing I'll say, when you attend, it's the information we're going to share is going to be more valuable than courses that you've paid for and conferences that you've attended. And we're just going to drop it on you. So make sure you show up. You said JR, Jari, and it's not just us teaching them. We actually learn things from them too. Because JR shared some stuff with us that wasn't too privy on, so we're working on some things. Jari, he shared some stuff, and we're working on some things. So there's always something going on. But appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all next week. LuxuryBuyerChallenge.com. Y'all have an awesome night.
All right, thank you.